Okay, so this is a 2v2 StarCraft II game. This is me, Purple Terran. My name's Minnie. My teammate is Carla, the what do you call it? Light blue Protoss. We're playing TinyBomb, the blue Protoss, and Marcowin, who is the red Zerg. And if we just kick off the game here, we get a little bit of junk chatter from Marcowin. I'm not sure what was going on there, maybe some lag or whatever. And then Carla has left the game. So Carla, my teammate here, didn't even start building their economy, and they just left the game straight away. So it's a 2v2 game. Shit, I say. Shit. And good game there from Marcowin, who reckons that that's the end of it for me and I haven't got a chance. So leave the game, bro, is his suggestion to me. I ignore him and I send my SCV over to get my supply depot down straight away. If you find yourself in a situation where your teammate does leave the game in a 2v2 game, you get some additional resources. So you have a bit more money a bit earlier on, which means you can get your supply depot down faster, which means you can get your barracks out faster, which means that you're in a pretty good position for a rush build. So that's what I do. I get my supply depot down, get my first barracks out. I've got Carla's Protoss units there mining away. I send one of Carla's drones off to scout for me, off to the top right to start with, and then automatically over here to see what's going on. We've got Marcowin sending his overlord down to scout my position. I've got my second barracks queued, so I'm going for a rush here, no argument. I've got another supply depot on the way. My economy is sort of creeping along there. I've got a lot of units committed to building. I've got my third barracks queued, so I'm getting a lot of barracks out. My probe up here has discovered that they're not in the top right, so automatically I know that they are in the left. And there we go with my fourth barracks. My wall's closed. They haven't scouted me except with this overlord here, so nothing's arrived at my wall, so I didn't really need my wall, but there it is anyway. My probe here is still on autopilot, going over to check out the left base. I've got my first marine coming out down here. I haven't gone for my orbital command yet. I'm on 16 supply. I should probably do that, but there we go. I just got my barracks on the way. Should be pumping out marines. Here they come. So I've got four racks down. Just send this SCV here back home. I got a couple of supply depots going down back here at my main. I got my fifth barracks on the way. Got 3 marines out now. You've got my probe coming home. Open the door for that. Just building my rush. My marines are on the way. Marcowin decided to go for an early expand. He's got his spawning pool out. He's going for his roach warren. He hasn't got any units or any army. He's just got drones at the moment. And we've got one zealot from TinyBomb who's just putting down a few more gateways. And there we go. My forces are ready. So that's 4:45 and my rush is on the way. That's a good early rush, 4:45. That's about 15 seconds ahead of when I usually rush with that many units. So Got the reinforcements there going as well, so plenty of units being cranked out, and they're all getting sent off pretty much straight away. So there we go, and here they come. So my Marines get in nice and early. We've got 2 Stalkers and a Zealot and a Queen. The Stalkers do some really bad micro here. They just walk straight into my army. They don't attack. There he attacks and he dies. The Zealot running around, not attacking. The Queen having a go, but dies quickly. I move up. The probes move out. I go for the pylon. Take out the pylon, so I'm trying to supply block him. I go for the next pylon to power down his buildings. And then I move my men up to attack the Nexus, and they're not really very well positioned, so I reposition them, and there we go, and on the Nexus. Of course, the Nexus takes a long time to wear down, so in the meantime we've got some roaches coming down from Marcowin. So before I can get the Nexus, the roaches arrive, so we battle it out with the roaches. Not a good position for either of us. The roaches are definitely winning there, but my reinforcements have arrived. The probes have gotten involved. My Marines are doing a fair bit of damage, whittling down the roaches, and the probes decide to back off. The probes come back, and there we go. And I move up just to take out this Nexus. So that's a pretty good start from me. It's effectively 1v1 now because one player has been just absolutely sent back to the Stone Age. He will have to rebuild that Nexus, and it will take him a long time to get his economy back online. So I've got a roach coming down here now. Some of the probes getting involved, a few more roaches. The probes not sure what to do. Here I make a bit of a mistake. If I had have got that one last probe, he wouldn't have been able to rebuild his economy, but that probe just gets out of there in time. So he's able to rebuild his Nexus with that probe. If I had been on the ball, I would have taken that out. But there we go, just taking out a few of the buildings there. Now I ignore the infrastructure and I go up and I'm going for the economy of Zerg. So take out that Queen there. More roaches, but they're easy to deal with at this stage because there's only a couple of them. There we go, a whole lot more roaches come online. That is more difficult to deal with. Roaches are of course very strong against the Marines, and I really don't have enough Marines to deal with this level of defense, so my Marines get whittled down and I lose out there. I do have some reinforcements down here, and I really don't use them very well at all. I do, in they go. They chase down those roaches, running back into the reinforcements, and yeah, really not doing a very good job there at all. I mean, they survive for now. They get the Queen, but there a whole lot of roaches come online, and in they come, and they just wear down my Marines, and I do very little damage. And there we go. So that's a pretty good response from Marcowin. I've got a few more Marines. I'm silly with them. I send them into attack. I really shouldn't do that. I should have just backed them back home. But I send them up and they get killed. Here they go, just getting whittled down. So lose those Marines there. That's a lot. Still no Nexus here from TinyBomb. Got more Marines here just being wasted. I've got a bad rally point set here, and my Marines are just walking into utter doom. I hit the attack button here just in time, but of course that doesn't do very much, and now I start to withdraw my 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 Marines who have been rallied over there, and I'm just backing them all up. One here just escaping my grasp, and just in time gets sent back home. So we've got Marcowin going for my rocks. I've regrouped here with a few Marines. Marcowin's coming. I'm trying to delay him a little bit. Really not very effective use of my forces. So they just got annihilated, and Marcowin's still in a pretty strong position with those roaches. So he decides to come around to the front of my base. I haven't got any units. I'm in all sorts of trouble. I've rallied up here because I thought he was going for my rocks. I see that he's come down here. I return. I've got the front door locked up. Up he comes. Takes out a couple of my Marines. Decides to back off, and I really think that he makes a poor decision here. He takes out my supply depot, and then disappears. I do have a few Marines online, but really he could take those. So up he comes, and then just doesn't commit. Takes out a few more of my Marines. And really, he should just come storming through the front door now. I do have a fair few Marines, but he would be able to take those. When he backed off up here, I should have sent my Marines to the high ground, but I didn't. So he just got clean away, and off he goes. And I've got 9 barracks now, but I'm just making Marines, and that's really not what I want against these roaches. So the roaches are attacking my rocks. Then he gives up on that, and off he goes home. And I really think that cost him the game. If he had have just continued with the pressure, he would have been in a much stronger situation. He could have won the game for himself here, but he didn't. So I live. I've got quite a number of Marines there now. I like to keep the pressure on, so I mean, I know I shouldn't really be throwing these Marines against these roaches, and I do know that I need to transition into a Marauder build, but I just finish up building the Marines that I've got here now, and send them out, and just keep the constant pressure, and there we go. I start to lay down my tech labs. So that I can transition into a Marauder build. So the tech lab's going down now, and my Marines are on the way. I've got a couple there back at my base. No orders have been given to them yet. There's Marines here going for the rocks. The roaches coming down to deal with the Marines. So the rocks are going down. The roaches are coming up. The roaches engage. The rocks get finished off. We have a little bit of a battle, but really he has outclassed me here. Too many roaches, not enough Marines. The Marines are the wrong units against the roaches. So I mean, I whittle down his forces a little bit, but he really just takes me out. I send my reinforcements. They do the tiniest little bit of damage, but they just get taken out as well. And Marcowin still has a pretty strong bunch of roaches. TinyBomb's economy is back online. He's finally got his Nexus back up. Marcowin's not feeling confident to come down here. I've got a few Marauders on the way now, which is just the unit I need to deal with those roaches. So I've got my my barracks, my command center happening here at the expansion. Got my last tech lab going down there. So I've got tech labs on 9 barracks. Building up my Marauders. Marcowin is on 2 bases, and he's building up his roaches, and TinyBomb's just trying to get back in the game and building up his economy. So still a lot of roaches there, but quite a few marauders from me. So I'll be moving out soon just to keep that pressure on. So there I go with my marauders off to attack. I've got marauders building. I've got nine barracks, always busy. I've got my economy up here, starting to go into the expansion. And here we go. Off go the marauders. The roaches. He's going to be there to defend the ramp. So he's got some zerglings there, which are going to cause a problem for me against my marauders. Marauders aren't good against zerglings, but they are good against roaches. So here we go against some of the roaches. A few zealots in there, but unfortunately the zerglings get involved, and that really just throws a spanner in the works for me. And there we go, my marauders get whittled down and really don't do that much damage. A few extra reinforcements in here, and Marcowin is still in a strong position. He's had a strong army for the whole game. He hasn't used it very effectively, which is really the only reason why I haven't lost the game yet, is he just hasn't been aggressive with his army. So here he comes now. He's decided to give it a run. My macro is pretty good, so I've got some marines building now to deal with those zerglings that are being thrown into the mix. So down go my rocks. We've got a couple of zealots on the way, which I don't see. In he comes. I haven't seen him yet. I'm still over here. My rally point's set there. Eventually I figure out that he's going for my tech lab. I get my units, I respond. I come over to attack him. He backs off. He's a very cautious player, but these zealots over here that have come in, they really ruin my economy. So I'm battling it out over here with Marcowin, and TinyBomb's just in my base, just ruining my economy. So he's gone home, Marcowin, which was lucky for me because he really could have taken me on, but he chose not to. It takes me a while to realise that these zealots are causing the trouble that they are. I finally send my army down to deal with it. He goes for a run for it for my main and tries to mess up my SCVs, but I'm there in time and I clear out those zealots, and that's the end of that. And I got some of my SCVs there that were excess just back over here, so I've restored my economy pretty effectively, pretty fast. So really those zealots, they did do some damage, but I recovered from that pretty well. My army is in pretty good shape, so off I go. Now, I see his zerglings here on my way past, and I go to engage them, and I pick up 2 on the way through here, and as I go to pick him up, he nicks off, and he's gone the long way around here to my economy. So when he comes through the front door, there's nothing there to stop him. He ignores the infrastructure, he goes straight for the economy. He's making a real mess of things. I see it and I respond with my reinforcements over here. They finish the economy, so they come up here and they're in a very poor position, and of course while that's happening I've sent my main forces through to his main. So I'm in there in his main now, causing a bit of a problem, and I do just clear up those zerglings down there. So I fixed that problem there. And I'm in his main causing some trouble. He's got a pretty sizable army that comes to address me. Pretty big battle here. So I stem, that was probably a good idea. And there he goes, he whittles me down. But I keep the pressure on. A few more useless Marines. These guys are stimmed and run out of stim, so they're just low on health. It's a pretty even battle here. Stalkers, sorry, the Zealots are good against the Marauders, so really whittling me down. And we pretty much just wipe each other out. And then, of course, in come the Zerglings just to finish me off. And the Marauders useless against the Zerglings. So that's that. But of course, I've got another unit attachment over here. I've got Marine Marauders now because I recognised that he was building the Zerglings, so I've built the Marines to address that. So I don't really have any trouble cleaning up these Zerglings here on the way through, and there's not really a lot up here to deal with these forces as they come through. So into the main I go. Into the expansion rather, take out the spine crawler, and just causing trouble in his base. A few drones, wearing down his hatchery, kicking on a few of the Protoss buildings. Got my reinforcements arriving, and got it all in there in time to take out his expansion. So that's pretty good. That'll set his economy back. I probably haven't got enough Marines there really to effectively deal with those Zerglings, so they do a little bit of damage, but I survive. He's got a whole lot of units just about to hatch up there, and those will be roaches, and they'll create a bit of a problem for me. Some of the Protoss units there coming up now, so there's some roaches, there's some Protoss, there's a few more roaches. So just fighting it out here. I've got some reinforcements arriving, and I managed to hold on here. And I'm a little bit lost. I'm not doing much up here. I pick off that roach. I really should decide what I'm going to do. I come back down here for the Protoss units. More Protoss units being walked in. Pick off the Stalker. Pick off the other Stalker. And then just stick around there to take out some of that Protoss infrastructure. I've got more roaches coming in from Marcowin. Got some reinforcements arriving. So it's a pretty neck on neck. I keep the pressure on. I'm always in their base, causing some trouble. So I get a building there, and then I push through to his main. But he's already got some roaches. He's got some more on the way. So I do a little bit of damage. I look like I'm going to get a couple of those queens there. I stim. Down goes the queen, some Protoss units, some more roaches, and really that just does me there. And I've gone to macro. I've sent my my command center from my main, which is mined out. I've gone to land that over here on this side of the map. I've got an expansion happening down here. I'm sending another deployment of troops. Red has a small expansion happening down here, but it's not being mined very effectively. Not much of an army up here. I'm just leaking troops in. So here he goes. He's trying to get out there to expand, but I get him just in time and take out his peasant. So that's enough of an army from their combined forces really to deal with my engagement, but it has just slowed their progress a little bit. I do have some reinforcements, so just wearing them down. Protoss now with enough resources to walk in some zealots and a stalker, and they've got a little bit of an army now in their base, and I'm just macroing up here. I've got all of my barracks building some units, and I've got my expansion online. I've got too many SCVs up here. I do at some point transfer a lot of these SCVs down to this expansion down here. I should have done it already, but I guess I was busy with other things. I got my mules over here mining away, and I got some SCVs on the way out here. I've got expansions going down here and here for red. So, and they're on the way up here to clear out the rocks for the gold. So they're just doing a little bit of macroing themselves. My forces are reinforcing. So there's the Protoss army, which is respectable now. The Zerg army is really quite weak, but there are a few roaches there, and the roaches are just off clearing out the rocks so that Protoss can get some more minerals. He's about halfway, 2/3 mined out on his main. He's on one base. Zerg hasn't expanded back to his expansion. He's still running on his base down here, and of course I'm just about to come in and take that out. So I've sent my units over here to take out his expansion. He's seen me do it. He's built a whole lot of roaches down here out of his excess lava. Protoss has come down to engage me, but they're reluctant to sort of charge right in. And I come up there to pick on Protoss. Red's coming down here with his roaches. The roaches behind hatch, so I'm surrounded now by Protoss and Zerg, and my forces just get whittled down and whittled down. But I did take out the expansion, so now they're one base down, and their economy is in a bit of a state. And I've sent this small attachment here off to deal with their expansions, and of course he obviously realized he needs to defend his expansion, so off he goes to defend that. But I am far enough ahead that I can get out there and just and take out that hatchery. So it's gone down, but it hasn't started mining. I'm there, I'm attacking it. I do get a stim in just to really get it down quickly. So there goes the stim, and then there goes the hatchery, and just in time, and then their forces arrive. I run away. My goal is just to do a little bit more damage here on this hatchery, but of course I don't really do very much before I get taken out by that force. But of course now his forces, well, it's interesting, he must have a second instinct, or is just wise, but he decided to push down here with his forces, and he discovers my expansion. So he's taking that out on this side of the map, and I've got my forces over here coming through to attack Protoss. So really Zerg is busy taking out my expansion on this side of the map, which they do successfully, but I do have this expansion down here and this expansion over here, so I'm still on two bases, and I just come through to take out this Protoss force. I've got some reinforcements on the way. I'm macroing up here at home. I've got some reinforcements at home. Red is just now responding to my aggression, so it's going to take him a while to get across the map. I'm just chewing through the Protoss base, really just taking out all of his infrastructure. I send my my reinforcements. Now my reinforcements come the long way, and they engage the Zerg. So these reinforcements here just slow down the Zerg defense a little bit. It gives my main force time to finish clearing out the Protoss base. So they do a little bit of damage. They do whittle things down a little bit. They don't address the problem, but they do give me enough time just to completely finish off that Protoss base. So that's Protoss gone, and Red's really not sure what he should be doing. He's running in and he's running out. I've got some reinforcements coming along here that are stimmed. I've stimmed up here. I'm just chewing through his main base. His hive goes down. He comes in to engage me, but TinyBomb has had enough, and there's really nothing that Marcowin can do. He's surrounded, and he decides to call it the end of the game as well. So that's it. That's how you have a 1v2 in StarCraft II. Thanks for watching. Bye.